President Trump, do the right thing and help us keep Kratom legal.
Now, please tell me a little bit about why you feel like Kratom is so important to you.
Okay. Well, I've been using Kratom.
You can just tell me, bro.
Okay.
Cool. You don't even have to look at the camera.
Okay. I've been using Kratom for the past 4 years.
Yeah, I got it.
Before I found out about Kratom, I was in the Air Force, got injured. The doctor put me on prescription painkillers. I started off with a low dose. Gradually, that wasn't working. So we went from the 5s to the 10s to the 30s.
Of what?
It was our Percocet, hydrocodone. So.
Wow, in the Air Force.
Well, I was already out, so I was injured.
Okay.
But it was a military doctor who prescribed me them, and it was working good at first. It was helping with the pain. There was a lot of side effects, though.
Like what?
I was waking up grumpy. I was running out. Before my prescription.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it was causing a lot of anxiety. So on top of the Percocet, he had to prescribe me Xanax.
Did it make you kind of a jerk?
It's at times, yeah. Xanax will do that, or loopy. So.
Oh, really? I thought Xanax was supposed to make you nicer.
Well, it makes you nice and kind of loopy. Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because I know the other pills, right? I mean,
the Percocets.
Yeah. I went through. I took those from my back, and I went through. Definitely hit prick mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially like you said, when it was time to run out, when it ran out. Especially if it was a surprise, and I forgot to put in my refill, and suddenly and people are like, oh, you ran out. Okay, that sucks.
Long story short, I started doing door to door.
Door to door or what?
I started with alarms. So
okay.
Alarm sales, and I just noticed the combination of the Percocet and the Xanax was just no good.
For what? For talking to people?
For talking to people, I'd be grumpy when at the end of the day, I'd only bring a couple with me, 2 Xanax, like 130. I would start to get pain again. So my buddy out of Utah joined the company and said, hey, I have a solution for you. You should try Kratom.
Cool.
So it started with just liquid extracts, and it just completely fell in love. And then my doctor actually, I told him about it, and he went completely. He's completely holistic now. Holistic medicine.
Cool. Where is this?
San Diego.
Okay, right on. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And, could you say his name?
Dr. Stein.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's the one that originally prescribed me the Percocet and the Xanax.
All right.
And then a couple years later, he went completely holistic. So he's all natural now. Kratom. And just because he had a lot of, I guess, patients, were experiencing the same kind of withdrawals and side effects as I was off the Western medication, whatever you want to call it.
Are you the one that asked me about the Indian warrior? Was that you? Okay.
Yeah.
So, not to get off subject, but so you probably heard about it from him, or?
Indian warrior I seen at a local shop right in Fort Worth.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to the subject. Sorry about that. So you were in the Air Force, and you were a pararescue.
Yeah, I did. Well, I signed up for fuels.
Okay.
And then when I was in boot camp, I ran the mile faster. Everyone in my squad. Okay. So the pararescue pulled me aside, tried out for them, made them. It was great.
Okay.
I loved it. And then I got injured 3 years in. Doing every 3 years, you have to do some retraining.
Sure.
So injured on my arm. I have metal pins in here.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 titanium pins, and then I got a pin down here as well. And so all up in here, my lower back. That's why I originally got the painkillers.
Man, I'm sorry about that. What was that, like a fast roping gone wrong, or?
Oh no, rock climb. Climb training. Yeah.
Like were you rappelling or?
Going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cold weather training. Did you go to? Was that in Korea? That Korean one?
No. It was here in the U.S.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Okay, cool. But I'm sure it was brutal.
Oh yeah, it was brutal. I had surgery, 8-hour surgery, hanging arm cast. And like I said, the painkillers, they worked. Those I noticed when I was on the prescription painkillers, they only work a little bit, and then the more and more you take them, the more and more you have to take.
Yeah, and they make you tired, huh?
And then once you get to the highest milligram, after that you're done. You're doomed.
Yeah.
If you stop them, it's going to be extreme withdrawals and your pain again. With Kratom, I don't withdraw at all.
At all? I don't either. But
yeah. I mean, I guess, no, not at all.
Yeah, dude. You know what it is people think, oh, I took Kratom and I started withdrawing and I felt my pain again. It's like, hold on, but you were in pain before. Mm-hmm. You used Kratom for some time and then you stopped and you felt your pain again, right? Yeah. That's not a withdrawal, dude. You know what I mean?
Compared to like Percocet or Vicodin, because I've been through a couple of those withdrawals. It's 2 weeks of kicking my legs.
Oh, really?
Sweats, hot and cold, can't sleep. And I don't get that with Kratom. The worst I'll get if I wake up and I don't have my Kratom, right when I wake up, is a little groggy, like I haven't had my first cup of coffee for the day. So...
I'll tell you, and I appreciate you being so candid with us. When I got back from Brazil this last time, I was using some pills from my lower back, right? I mean, hell, I couldn't have even made it through the airport with all the bags if I didn't have them, right? And so, but I also used them the last, few months in Brazil, especially, and that it was a prescription from the VA. So I got back in Seattle, and I was completely out. And so I'm like, I better get some more. Congratulations, you have to wait a month. That's what the letter said before you can come in. And I was like, a month? So I called and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll see you in a month. And I'm like, I'm going to have to get some Kratom from Indonesia.
I know about Kratom, at the time I was withdrawing. I just had to deal with it or go out and buy something on the street, which I didn't want to do.
Yeah. How long do you think the withdrawal lasts?
With the Percocets? It was,
or whatever.
Yeah, it was horrible. So... 2 weeks.
Okay.
It was 2 to 3 weeks, so it lasted me. Kicking legs.
Kicking legs?
Yeah, like I couldn't sit still. Like I couldn't relax. I couldn't sleep. Constantly have to get up, smoke a cigarette. Like I said, hot and cold. Had no motivation to do anything. Yeah, it was horrible. Like I don't wish it upon anybody.
So I'll tell you what I experienced, and you're going to say, that was nothing. But I was taking a small amount, probably comparatively speaking, I was just taking at the time Vicodin, and, like a couple of those, I think 10s, together, like every couple hours. But my back was bad, dude. I'm sure what you had was bad too. But that's nothing compared to, I think what you said, boatloads of the Oxy, right? Or whatever, of the Percocet, right? Yeah. But I'll tell you what I felt. And I got Kratom 2 days after I got there. I'm like, I got some Kratom, right? And it got a lot better. But I'll tell you what I felt, and you're gonna say, that's nothing, probably. I felt like this, right here in my chest, not pressure, the opposite of pressure, like something is being pulled out of me, dude. And I kept feeling like I wanted to meditate. Just to be better, to be all right. I just I want to meditate or go jujitsu or something, I want to, and but I was so out of shape that I would try to exercise. I just kick my own butt, and so nothing worked, and then at 6 o'clock in the morning, I got my hands on the Kratom and I was like, oh, thank God. But how was it for you? What was it? You said the legs kicking. What is it really like to withdraw?
It's horrible. Like I said, it feels like death. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I wasn't even answering the phone for my own family. I didn't want to go to work. If I would have known about Kratom at the time, because I know that helps with withdrawals. A lot of my buddies that went through the same thing as I did, they used the Kratom.
Why didn't you just taper, bro? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I mean,
you just said enough is enough.
Yeah.
How would you say that the withdrawing affects you psychologically? Does it make you feel hopeless or anything?
Yeah, it makes you not want to. It's it takes you out of reality. Kind of makes you just not want to focus on anything until you either get that same feeling. Because when I was taking them, I was fine. It's like a little magic cloak. Felt like Superman. And then for
That's
years,
a good analogy, huh?
Yeah, and then for years and years of feeling like that, and all of a sudden you don't feel like that anymore. I mean, it's horrible. And I didn't want to get on. People were suggesting Suboxone and these different, or methadone.
Oh God!
To help you with it, but I seen that documentary Methadonia, and that's just as bad as actually taking the Percocet. You're just replacing it with methadone.
The sad thing is, and some doctors might be like, you should not say that, but whatever. If we had just opium, right? Or poppy,
Oh yeah.
tea.
Right.
I mean, that would be the cleanest form of the relief without like trying to cram a square peg into a round hole, because we're like organic beings and we're taking these like synthetic chemicals and like trying to like cram it. Doesn't fit, dude.
Right.
Like it doesn't work. You can force it in there, and that's where the side effects are exposed, right? Like you experience. So like I would rather see all these people just like making tincture with, poppy tincture, right? Opium tincture, not
poppy seed.
Yeah, dude, or like just like tincture from the opium, looks like rabbit turds, right? I mean, I've seen this all over Asia, and then like taking something, it would be like trying to get drunk by drinking, I shouldn't say get drunk, but experience the effects of alcohol by drinking rubbing alcohol instead of having some wine that was made from grapes, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like, well, we're doing it all wrong, guys. But that's just me. Sorry about the tangent. I was asking you about the process of withdrawal, because I think a lot of people without Kratom probably wouldn't have the balls to do what you did. What do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I can even relate to what you're telling me with a bunch of my friends. They'll continue to buy their drug.
Yeah. They should buy like illegal shit
or whatever, like or take their pills.
You can tell me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm from Seattle, dude. Like everyone's high.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, I mean, without Kratom, some of my friends or people I know wouldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it. They would maybe last a day.
Oh, they'd be right back on the drugs?
They'd be right back on the prescription pills or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Without the Kratom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Kratom, it's some good stuff. Like, it's helped me. I don't take the Xanax anymore. I don't take the Percocet anymore. Any prescriptions.
That's great, dude.
I take the Kratom 3 times a day. A couple teaspoons right when I wake up.
You just snort it?
No. I'll fold up a piece of paper, and I heard it's good to chase with citric acid. Kicks off the alkaloids. I don't know if that's true, but
yeah, like some grapefruit juice.
Yeah. And then I'll take a couple in the afternoon, and then a couple teaspoons at night, right before I go to bed.
So thank you for telling me that. And then you just like put the juice in your mouth, and then you put a spoon of the Kratom, and that's it?
Yeah, so I'll fold the paper, and it's the best way I found. Yeah. Like, I've tried the capsules, but I just like the powder. It hits me a lot faster, and, but I'll put a little juice in my mouth, and then I'll take the folded paper and put the powder, about 3 to 5 grams, I don't know exactly, and then I'll chase it with the orange juice or the any citric acid, Sprite.
Okay.
Carbonation works well for me because it makes it go down a lot easier.
Sure.
Sometimes I get the little gag reflex off of OJ, so I like the carbonation, like an energy drink or something like that.
Okay. And then how about the side effects? Have you gotten that extra thumb growing out of your forehead yet?
No, really, like, I don't ever get anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting anxiety on the Percocets.
Yeah. You gotta have fun. I'm just kidding around. You gotta have fun, right? But it's so right what you're saying. I didn't feel that at all either.
Yeah, no, I really didn't have any side effects. Like I said, the worst withdrawal that I had, I took it for quite a while, and I stopped for a week, and it was just kind of like low on energy when I'd wake up, but I'd have my energy drink and just go about my day. But it wasn't like the kicking legs, the hot and cold. I think most of it's mental, but when you're on the Percocets, the strong, the really strong opiates, you can't, whether you have a strong mental mind or not, you're still going to feel those physical withdrawals.
And did you almost feel like tired all the time, dude? Because
I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, you know what it is, man? Like, okay, you take the pills, because we've both taken the same pills. I've taken those before too for my back, right? In fact, I used to shoot weddings a lot more, and I'd be like, okay, 2 hours has passed, pop a couple pills, or I gotta sit down. I mean, now, anyway, back to this. With the opiates, I felt like up, down, then one more up, down, and I'm going to bed, dude.
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? It's only 4 o'clock. Crap, got to take some more and pound some coffee.
Right.
Or I'm going to be that dude that goes to sleep at 4 and gets nothing done. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, when I didn't have, or I ran out early before I could see the doctor again. That's the other thing I didn't like is when you ran out of your prescription, if you ran out early, for any reason, you had to wait.
And they make it a pain in that tail.
Yeah, and that's why I like Kratom.
At the VA? Were you going to the VA?
Yeah, I was going to the VA.
Yeah.
So with Kratom, there's no running out. I just I do my doses, and if I do maybe more, because I'm, doing some extra work or staying up later than usual, I know I can just go down to the local store and get which is nice.
Well, what would you say to like a mom or dad or somebody that's like conservative, you know, or someone thinking like, ooh, I would like for my adult age kid, because I don't want to like say, oh, my little kid, but you know, someone I care about or myself, like, I don't normally do things like that. Kind of like, what would you say to that conservative Poindexter dude who's like, I don't know, you know, what would your message to him be?
As far as
like that's worried about like, oh, it's kind of marginal. I don't know. Like it's those dope smokers are doing that stuff. I mean, you know, like the whole image the media tried to put on it. You know what I mean? Like, what would you say to them?
I would say it's, you know, it's all natural.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would, you know, they're thinking that. Have you done your research on it? Mm-hmm. There's more medical good that Kratom offers than bad.
Yeah.
Like hands down.
Yeah.
There's people aren't dying on it. It's not a gateway drug. It's just a natural herb that people take to manage pain, help stress, natural sense of well-being.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Exactly. See, and I'm glad you put it that way because it's sad, but like I've had people tell me, I'm a little nervous to do this. It's like, it's cool, you can be nervous, but the sad thing is the reason why I think a lot of people are nervous is the way the media portrays it. Yeah. You know, like what if they portrayed alcohol, like what if everything was portrayed honestly, like alcohol, nicotine, you know what I mean? And then Kratom, it would be like the safest thing ever compared to like, especially for your liver, you know, even like coffee is more toxic in my, you know, and this is not medical advice, blah, 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 whatever, disclaimer. But like, it's just, I find it personally kind of sad that a lot of people buy the BS, you know, that's put out there. And so they think that trying Kratom is this like, ooh, it's a big, you know, like, ooh, it's kind of not very safe. I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, now that you know, it's like, whoa, man, like it's so much better for you than like even having a Pepsi. You know what I mean? In terms of like putting it into your body. Yeah. I agree. You know, like, and so, thank you for your interview. You know, you did such a good job. Is there anything else that you would want to say just to, you know, lawmakers possibly considering taking Kratom from the people? And President Trump, you can even look at the camera. What would your message to President Trump be? I'm going to hold this bit.
I would just say that, you know, really consider and do your research before you just put a ban on it. Yeah. I don't know the reasoning why they even are putting a ban on it.
They tried to.
Okay.
It's illegal in a handful of states. Okay. But right now what they've put gone through the comment period, which they kind of tried to sneak it in before without even having the required comment period. Well, they were called on their attempt and required to do that. They've done it. So now, in theory, they could still just take it away. And that's what so many people are concerned about. And the fact that they did initiate that illegally, but the fact that it was initiated was all that was needed for a lot of the customs agents and different acronym agencies to make it much more difficult for people to import it. Okay. So they've been effective with this rhetoric, this propaganda, and that's why we're doing this. And also, it's our chance for people like me and you to look at President Trump, because we've just given President Trump a petition. Yeah. You know, to look at him and say, President Trump, please help us keep Kratom legal. And I'm going to give you that chance right now.
President Trump, you know, just please keep Kratom legal. If anything, if it was me, I'd be looking at the stuff the pharma companies are putting out, like the Zoloft and the propanol, the stuff that the side effect list, people are dying off this stuff. Yeah. You know, you don't hear that on the news about Kratom at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever. Like
sorry, my bad.
That's what I would look at, you know, because Kratom does so many good medical benefits for people, the same thing that a lot of these pharma companies have their pharmaceutical drugs that do. Yeah. But if you look at the side effect list on those, compare it to the side effects on that, it's 10 times more. Yeah. I mean, some of those, like Zoloft, for example, you take Zoloft for years and years, you quit that, you're screwed for life.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, you and I were saying we don't even feel any side effects from Kratom.
No, not at all.
None. No. I mean, just kind of the earthy taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people like the groggy, like the relaxed. You know, I'm not a big fan of it, but with the red or, you know, some strains. Red, but is that what you're saying, the groggy?
Yeah, like if I wake up, I don't have my Kratom, you know, first thing in the morning. Yeah. It's kind of like, I didn't have my energy drink or my cup of coffee.
Yeah,
But I drink a cup of coffee, energy drink, move around, and like I really go about my day.
You could try guaramate or guarana or cacao. Have you heard of cacao?
None of those.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hook you up, bro. Anyway, thank you so very much.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
you did a great job.
Awesome.
Stop the ban! Stop the ban on Kratom! Stop the ban!